a movie star with millions of fans, once the legendary Captain Jack Sparrow, faces off in court against his ex-wife, a glamorous yet one of the most controversial actresses in Hollywood. The lawsuit between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is not just a legal battle. It has turned into a breathtaking drama under the spotlight with billions of eyes watching. What seemed like a romantic marriage ended with a slew of abuse accusations, tears, and bitter words. But behind every sensational headline, every clip shared millions of times on social media, lies a story of self-respect, loss, and the honor of two people trying to salvage whatever is left of their lives. Johnny Depp lost major roles, was dropped from the billion-dollar franchise Pirates of the Caribbean. Amber Heard fared no better, facing a global boycott. However, the most terrifying aspect was not the canceled contracts or the huge compensation fees, but the deep emotional scars both will carry for the rest of their lives. Imagine being Johnny Depp, walking into the courtroom every day, surrounded by dozens of cameras, with millions of online spectators ready to judge every tiny expression on your face. Or imagine being Amber Heard, standing on the witness stand, voice trembling but maintaining composure, knowing that every word you say could be dissected, distorted, and spread like wildfire on social media within minutes. The trial isn't just about who is guilty and who is the victim. It has become a battle of truth and perspective. Can a trial really determine what the truth is when the media and social media have already shaped the public's perception? As shocking evidence is presented, from tense audio recordings of arguments to bruising photos, viewers are sucked into a whirlpool of compassion, outrage, and skepticism. There are moments when Johnny Depp makes the courtroom laugh with his wit, but there are also moments when Amber Heard bursts into uncontrollable tears, struggling to find words. But amid all the chaos, the biggest question remains unanswered. Who is truly the victim in this story? More importantly, how has this lawsuit changed the way we view toxic marriages, the media's responsibility, and the right of celebrities to have their voices heard? The battle between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is not just a story about two Hollywood stars. It is a story of our times, where the truth is sometimes drowned out by sensational headlines, where justice is not only decided in courtrooms but also in the comment sections of social media. In this video, we will unlock the secrets behind this high-profile lawsuit, the untold secrets, shocking details, and valuable lessons from the most expensive legal battle in Hollywood history. Let's embark on a journey to decode this legal battle of the century. The answer will not be simple, but it will certainly make you reflect. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard were once Hollywood's golden couple, a love story that seemed to step right out of the pages of a romantic novel. Johnny, a global movie icon, the man who had the world in awe with every role he played. Amber, a young ambitious actress, beautiful and alluring, once hailed as the new symbol of the silver screen. Two people from different worlds met on the set of The Rum Diary in 2011. The way they looked at each other, the moments they laughed together, it all seemed like a perfect love story. However, like many other beautiful Hollywood love stories, behind the glamour were dark corners no one could see from the outside. In 2015, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard married in a private ceremony on Johnny's private island. The radiant photos of the couple on their wedding day made fans believe they had found their happily ever after. But just a few months later, the first cracks began to show. Rumors of heated arguments, Amber Heard crying in public, and Johnny Depp appearing disheveled began to spread across the media. The couple tried to hide these cracks behind forced smiles in front of the cameras, but the truth always has a way of coming to light. Everything started with love, but gradually it became a battle, Johnny Depp once said in an interview. In 2016, Amber Heard filed for divorce and simultaneously accused Johnny Depp of abusing her throughout their marriage. The photo of Amber Heard with bruises on her face spread across social media like wildfire, burning away Johnny Depp's heroic image. As usual, the public quickly divided into two sides, one supporting Amber, the brave woman who dared to speak out against domestic violence, and the other defending Johnny, their idol, the man they believed would never harm anyone. Johnny Depp stayed silent for a long time, but later he filed a countersuit against Amber Heard, accusing her of fabricating everything and severely damaging his reputation and career. The lawsuit between them quickly escalated into the most expensive and noisy legal battle Hollywood had ever seen. So what happened behind the closed doors of this marriage? The trial began, and the hidden truths began to surface. Audio recordings were revealed where they screamed at each other, where Amber admitted to having hit Johnny, and where Johnny opened up about his mental health struggles. With each passing day, the public was kept on edge as new details were revealed. Johnny Depp entered the courtroom looking weary but still managing to keep some humor in his answers. He spoke about sleepless nights, the mental pressure his marriage had caused. Meanwhile, Amber Heard cried in court, sharing her fears about living in a relationship she described as full of control and violence. The scariest thing in toxic relationships isn't the arguments, but the fact that both people believe they are the victim. The trial not only uncovered the truth about Johnny and Amber's relationship, but it also reflected a harsh reality about how society treats celebrities in such lawsuits. Every word, every gesture of theirs is examined under the magnifying glass of millions of spectators. Amber Heard was criticized as a liar, as the worst actress. Johnny Depp was labeled a drug addict, a violent husband. Regardless of who won or lost in this lawsuit, both became failures in the eyes of public opinion. But what pushed this relationship to the brink of collapse? Was it the differences in their personalities, their fame, or something deeper than that? A courtroom isn't just made up of plaintiffs and defendants. It also includes an audience. But in the case of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, the audience didn't just sit quietly observing. They shouted, judged, shared, and at times became the judges of the lawsuit themselves. After the first testimonies echoed through the courtroom, the battle between Johnny and Amber went far beyond the realm of law. It spilled out into the courthouse halls, spread across social media, and made its way to the front pages of all major newspapers. The two were not only fighting to win the case, but also to protect what was left of their reputations and careers. Johnny Depp, the fallen hero Johnny Depp, was once one of the highest-paid actors in Hollywood, an irreplaceable icon on the big screen. But after the abuse allegations made by Amber Heard in 2016, that image began to crumble. Warner Brothers announced they would remove him from his role as Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts series. Disney, the studio that had helped create the blockbuster Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, also declared they would not invite him back. No official announcement, no graceful farewell. Johnny Depp quietly and bitterly stepped away from multi-million-dollar projects. He didn't just lose roles, he lost the trust of the entire film industry. His past films were still loved, but Johnny, the man behind legendary characters, was overshadowed by controversial accusations. Amber Heard, a star in the storm Amber Heard, on the other hand, although initially receiving strong support from the #MeToo movement, quickly realized that the public was not so easy to trust her. The pressure from the media and social media was so overwhelming that it often seemed to drown her entirely. She managed to keep her role as Mera in Aquaman, but millions of signatures were gathered on online petitions demanding her removal from the sequel. Every time Amber appeared in public, she had to face waves of criticism, mockery, and cruel remarks. While Johnny lost his illustrious career, Amber lost her freedom in daily life. Every step, every gesture, every word she spoke was dissected and analyzed. Reputation, a double-edged sword, the media turned this legal battle into a grand spectacle, and both Johnny Depp and Amber Heard became unwilling-led characters. But while Johnny received widespread support from social media and loyal fans, Amber faced a fierce backlash from the public. Every trial wasn't just a battle between lawyers, but also a race of hashtags. #Justice for Johnny Depp and #I stand with Amber Heard. With each passing day, videos and edited clips from the trial spread rapidly on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, with each side trying to prove that they were the real victim. But there is one undeniable truth. Regardless of who wins or loses this trial, both have paid a heavy price. Johnny Depp may regain his reputation, but can he recover the years of his career that were lost? Will he be able to step onto the stage under the glittering lights without feeling the weight of millions of eyes judging him? Amber Heard may win a legal battle, but can she escape the shadow of the accusations, the maliciously edited clips, and the scornful looks from strangers? The harm doesn't just come from the words of the opponent, but from the crowd. This trial isn't just a fight between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. It's also a reflection of how society treats celebrities and scandals. People easily forget the good they've done, focusing only on accusations that are yet to be fully proven. Who truly won in this battle? Perhaps no one. Because the truth is, no matter which way the court's verdict goes, both Johnny and Amber have lost the most precious things: trust, peace, and a part of themselves. The media wields immense power, and in the lawsuit between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, this power has been more evident than ever. From hashtags on social media to sensational headlines on major newspapers, the media transformed this trial into a global show, where each trial session became an episode, every testimony a shocking plot twist, and every tear shed a peak of emotion. The trial was no longer confined to the courtroom. It spread worldwide. In the digital age, trials are no longer kept within four walls. Every testimony from Johnny Depp or Amber Heard was live-streamed, edited into short clips, and shared at lightning speed on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. A moment where Johnny Depp cleverly responds to the opposing lawyer, making the courtroom laugh, turned into a meme flooding social media. A video of Amber Heard crying as she recounted her experiences with abuse was scrutinized by netizens, who analyzed every small expression, every furrowed brow, and every tear. The public was no longer just an audience. They became judges, jurors, and sometimes executioners on the internet. But can justice truly be found in 30-second clips? As hashtags like #Justice for Johnny Depp and #I stand with Amber Heard flooded social media platforms, people began to forget that behind those viral videos were two real individuals with real wounds. Johnny Depp Depp became the symbol of a man hurt and falsely accused. Amber Heard became the image of a liar and a performer. Justice, instead of being determined by evidence and law, was decided by likes, shares, and the crowd's emotions. If social media is where feelings explode, the press is where stories are told, but not always truthfully. Amber Heard, the worst actress in Hollywood. Johnny Depp, fallen hero or abuser. Each headline written wasn't meant to convey the truth, but to grab attention, generate clicks, and sell ads. The truth was distorted, details exaggerated, and public opinion easily swayed by emotionally charged titles. Both Johnny Depp and Amber Heard became puppets in the media's constructed drama. They were no longer human. They were characters in a reality TV show that the audience watched and judged. The media doesn't tell the story. They create the story. Both Johnny Depp and Amber Heard endured immense psychological pressure from the media and social networks. Johnny Depp shared his sleepless nights, the months facing disdain from former colleagues and friends. Amber Heard spoke of death threats and the scrutinizing stares she received whenever she stepped outside. The emotional scars are invisible, immeasurable, but they exist and are deeply embedded in both of their minds. Sadly, these wounds didn't just affect Johnny and Amber. They spread to those around them, their families, friends, and even loyal fans. The media can elevate someone to the status of a hero, but it can just as easily bring them down to the level of a villain. In this lawsuit, both Johnny Depp and Amber Heard have experienced both sides of that sword. Johnny was protected by the online community, but scrutinized by the media down to the smallest detail. Amber received support from certain organizations, but was continuously criticized by the public. In the end, when the news pages settle down and the hashtags stop trending, both will face a harsh truth. No one truly wins. When everything dies down, what remains are the shattered pieces of two lives once full of promise. When Johnny Depp and Amber Heard came together, they brought with them deep wounds from the past. Johnny, a man who had endured an abusive childhood, carried emotional scars hidden beneath his cold exterior and half smile. Amber, a young woman full of ambition, was constantly seeking recognition but also harbored a fear of being abandoned. Their love began like a bright flame, but that same flame eventually burned them both when they couldn't heal from their old wounds before entering the relationship. No one can save another when they themselves are still drowning in their own pain. A healthy relationship must be built on trust, respect, and the ability to heal from within each individual. Though they may have started as Hollywood's golden couple, Johnny and Amber became a vivid example of a painful truth. Unhealed wounds will continue to haunt, leading to unforeseen consequences. Despite being global icons, they were not immune to the collapse of a love story. In a world full of dazzling lights, is there truly any love that is enduring and whole? Everything may change, but these stories of love and pain will always be part of Hollywood. Like, share, and subscribe to explore the hidden sides behind Hollywood's glow.